Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at people who proposed and got turned down. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. My dad proposed to my mum blind drunk at a party. He didn't have a ring, so he used a plastic one that was being used as a cocktail decoration. She laughed, helped him up, and told him to ask again when he was sober. It only took him 4 years. Oh, okay. Well, that's not too bad. Like, he was just rejected because he was drunk, right? And then he took 4 years later to propose again. So he was sober again and he was like, hold on a second, I need to think about this again. I'll ask you in 4 years. My best friend's girlfriend practically begged him to propose for 3 years after college. He kept telling her he wanted to wait until he was established at his job, had money for a ring, wedding, house, etc. He was in love with her, but he is the kind of guy that wants to do everything the correct way, or at least what he thinks is the correct way. She eventually stopped bothering him about it, which included leaving little hints around the apartment. She used to leave wedding magazines or ads for sales at a jewelry store on the coffee table. So he finally gets established at work, saves a ton of money for a ring and a decent wedding. He plans a really cool proposal, and she said no. She actually broke down in tears and admitted she was seeing someone else for about 6 months and was in love but didn't know how to let him down easy. She was married a year later. He recently got engaged after spending about 10 years dating many different women. I'm really happy for him now because for a while he was in a dark place. Oh my gosh. That is so sad though. Like, he was in love with her and I feel like he was kind of ready, but financially he just wasn't. So he wanted to wait until he was financially ready and then he could provide her with the things that he wanted, you know. But when he could do that, she just wasn't in love with him anymore. That's so sad. That is really sad, honestly. Oh, how could she do that to him? How could she cheat on him while he was like working his butt off to try to make her happy? That's so sad. I feel so bad for him. But at least both of them are happy, right? I'm assuming because they both got married to separate people. So at least that turned out okay. I started to propose this last Sunday, but she shut me down mid-proposal. We were on a weekend-long date that ended with us joining her family for family photos. Once the family was done and left, we stayed behind with a photographer for some pictures of just the two of us. We have talked about marriage for months and took some engagement photos with a white church in the background. She joked about not having a ring yet. Then we stood under an arch of vines and flowers and it was a nice romantic spot. The photographer was ready and I saw my opportunity and I took it. I started to talk about how much she means to me. I reached into my pocket for a ring and she was caught off guard and freaked out and said no. Once we were driving home, she was like, "You just tried to propose, didn't you?" Yep. She's pretty embarrassed about the whole thing and told me to power through if her brain shuts down next time I try to propose because the answer is definitely yes. Oh, huh? I'm confused. Wait. So she said no because she was really nervous, but she actually meant to say yes. Oh no. I stopped this time because I assumed she just wanted to get proposed to somewhere else or something, but it was just excitement and nerves. Oh, okay. She was just really nervous. Oh my god. I feel like that would be me though. Like, as an awkward person, sometimes I say no to things that I was meant to say yes to. And sometimes I say yes to things that I didn't want. Like, sometimes I just answer way too quickly. And it's just annoying, honestly. Oh my gosh. She was like, no, I don't want, wait, what? My mum initially turned my dad down. He traveled for work for long periods and was given the option to regularly fly home or fly someone to him. It's all rather romantic, really. They spent a week traveling through the French countryside after only being together for 3 months. She went with him abroad a few times and many different places in the US for long weekends. Of course, he'd also be home for periods of times and they'd stay together at my mum's place. When he proposed after taking a job with much less travel, my mum was afraid they'd settle down and live together full time and maybe find out it didn't work. She didn't think it was practical to get married without living normal life together first. My dad thought that was unnecessary but said fine. My mum is an excessive worrier, though I understand the logic. He asked 4 months later and she said yes. I feel like that's very smart of her because sometimes when your situation changes, you just realize that this isn't it. That's so smart of her though, because she knows during those times they were just having fun, you know, like they were just traveling the world, they were just having fun. What would happen if that didn't happen anymore? Would they still be having fun together if they were just at home? Smart. It's always smart not to rush into things, you know. So I proposed to my girlfriend and she didn't say anything, which basically means no. I had it planned out perfectly. I proposed to her at the spot we first met. The moon was out, we were all alone, and to top it off, I proposed with my great-grandmother's wedding ring. I honestly didn't think it'd be a no. I was so confident that I even had my best friend and her roommate plan a celebration party at her place. The reason she said no, she didn't like the ring. She said no just because she didn't like the ring? Okay, I'm just confused. Like, aren't you spending your entire life with the person? You know what I mean? Like, I guess you spend the entire life with a ring as well, but like, the reason you guys get married is because you guys want to spend your life together. Needless to say, we didn't last very long after that. I feel like if I was in the situation of the guy, I would honestly be pretty pissed. Like, it's your great-grandmother's ring. Obviously, your great-grandmother's ring means a lot to you, and then the girl that you're proposing to says she doesn't want to marry you because of the ring. Just because of the ring. That disrespect, though. I said no to a guy because we barely knew each other, and it was our first time meeting in person. It was a public proposal, so when I said no, a group of strangers started yelling at me, calling me cold-hearted because I said no. Okay, strangers. People do have the right to say no. Well, what are these strangers doing? Wow, you're so mean. He got on his knees to propose to you and you said no. How dare you? This is why I always feel embarrassed for public proposals when someone say no, because the crowd is going to be like, oh no. It's just embarrassing. Oh wait, I totally disregarded it was our first time meeting in person. So it was like a long distance relationship or like online relationship. And he proposed? I mean, you don't get to see a lot about the person if it's just online, you know? Like, you never know, like, if everything they told you online is real or not. So I can see why she said no. People don't know the situation and they're already bashing. That is honestly weird. You propose to someone that you've never met before, but you just know of online. That is really weird. My friend proposed to his girlfriend at another one of our friends' weddings. They'd been dating for years and she knew he had a ring and that he was waiting for the right moment. Well, she thought it was totally rude to try to steal the spotlight and didn't necessarily say no, but she sure as heck didn't say yes either. Just a bunch of cussing. The whole situation stole the spotlight anyway, and now they're married for almost 10 years, and the couples whose wedding it was at divorced 2 years later. Oh, so she was just mad because he proposed at a wedding, and that was just rude for their friends. I agree. I feel like if the bride and groom didn't know about the proposal, then that is just totally rude. But if they did know and you asked them if you could do it and they were happy about it and they said, yeah, sure, do it, I'm happy for you, then I guess it's okay because you asked them and they were okay about it. But I personally just feel like it's weird to propose at a wedding when it's someone else's moment. You know what I mean? It's just weird. Unless the bride and groom planned it out for you, because that means they want you to do it at their wedding. My grandpa also ran into that. They were with my grandma's family on Christmas and her sisters were bugging her about getting married and she said, no way, I don't want a proposal on Christmas Day. Turns out Grandpa had the ring in his pocket at the time. He waited a couple of months before proposing and I guess told her that story much later. Oh my gosh, that's so awkward, kinda. Because imagine you're the guy and you're about to propose, but then your partner is like, no, I don't want to be proposed to today. But you were planning to propose the next minute and then she's like, I don't want a proposal today. Oh my gosh, that's so awkward. I can just imagine the grandpa getting out the ring and then he's like, oh. Just puts it back in his pocket. She said no because we were teenagers and I was moving across the country. I was confident I'd get a yes because we were teenagers and I was moving across the country. Oh, wow. They had the same reason to the reasons why they said no and yes. This is why they didn't work out. Okay, that's so funny. The girl's thinking was logical. The guy's thinking was just very emotional, kind of. You know, she's logical because she's like, well, I'm not going to get married to you if you're going to move across the country and we aren't going to see each other. And the guy's like, she's going to say yes because she's going to feel bad. My dad proposed to my mum on Christmas Eve at church because my mum made an offhanded comment about how it would be pretty to get married there. Her response, ask me when you're serious. What she didn't know was that the ring was under the Christmas tree back home. They celebrated their 30-ish year wedding anniversary in June. Oh, so he didn't have the ring. So that's why she thought he was joking, because he's like, well, you. And there's nothing there. How cute is it that the ring was under the Christmas tree? Hey, these aren't as bad as I thought it would be, you know? It's not as embarrassing. Most of these are just, they reject it and then they say yes later. My friend turned it down because he proposed when her nails weren't done and she couldn't have good pictures. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. My boyfriend proposed to me while facing the microwave. I thought he was hungry and talking to his food. Then he proposed while we were in bed. His eyes were closed. I figured he was asleep and it was cute. Then he legit proposes with a ring in an awesome place. I say yes, etc. Turns out he'd proposed multiple times over the last 2 years and thought I'd always brushed him off. Now happily married and not to the microwave. Wait, so he's been proposing all that time but she didn't even know. She thought, oh, how cute. So first the microwave, she thought he was talking to his food. Second, when they were in bed, she thought he was just sleep talking or something. Oh my gosh. I love how he still kept trying though. That is adorable. This is just funny. I feel like he was just nervous most of the times. I honestly wonder how people think when they propose though, because obviously when you're proposing, you think you're gonna get a yes. That's why you're proposing, right? Because you're kind of confident that you'll get a yes. Because if you know you're gonna get a no, why would you propose, right? So in their minds, they must be confident about it and they must be like, oh my gosh, we're in love. She's gonna say yes. We're gonna live such a happy life. And then the partner says no. How sucky is that? Like you feel like everything is going well and then, you know, your partner just says no. But I do feel like sometimes people just think way over the top. Like the dude that never even met his girlfriend yet and proposed on the first meeting. That's weird. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!